So with Girlfriend 19, you plan to go the film festival route.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, and why choose that route when there's some debate on whether that's...
Yeah. Going back to my comment as to, I believe aspiring filmmakers, your first and quite often your only goal ought to be completion, just the success of making a film. Honestly, that was my goal for Girlfriend 19. I could have spent a year to write the script and making it a lot better. I didn't. I wrote it in like a few months. We pre-produced it in a few months. So that being said, I'm not exactly sure how marketable this film is. I don't know how much money I could earn. So my primary goal, not even secondary, not even third goal of the film is not to make money. It's more of a professional career type thing, a networking type thing, meeting people through it, getting into an interesting dialogue through it, conversations through it. And I believe that would happen more so in the film festival crowd, the film festival circuit, versus putting it online, trying to sell it on Amazon or whatever, you know. So that's why I've chosen to take the festival route with it. And quite frankly, I, as a filmmaker, have never attended really solid, healthy festivals. I would love to experience that. I'd love to be a part of that. I'd love to make those connections. And third, I didn't go to film school. And I've heard film festivals are just really good in terms of meeting collaborators, meeting folks to team up with and work with. So I would love to just attend film festivals as a filmmaker and meet potentially future collaborators and team members.
You know, we had a conversation today with filmmaker Pablo Papano. His film is Clicking for Love. And he had some great early success in terms of the film festival circuit. He said altogether he submitted to 80 film festivals.
Oh my gosh.
He got into 13 film festivals.
Oh my gosh.
But I believe one of the early ones he got into, I'm not sure if it was the premiere. It was...
That's crazy.
But he got into Temecula. Here's what I'm trying to say.
Gosh, 80. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of
you
money.
could make another film. Okay.
He got into Temecula.
God bless you, Pablo.
He got into Temecula. He said there, it was an enthusiastic response. You know, he said, you know, here you have a solid, just a wonderful film festival going audience. You know, great crowds. Just people were excited to see the films, and that's what you're looking for from festival circuit.
Exactly.
And then he said after that one, this next tier down, as he started to apply and get into some of those festivals. It really bottomed out.
Yeah.
You know, he traveled to all these film festivals. There was no promotion. You know, people wouldn't come out.
Yeah.
And literally, you're sitting in an audience with just other filmmakers. There's no other audience except for other filmmakers. And he didn't get as much value out of that experience. So how do you react? Like, kind of knowing that, how far do you really want to go? Because you're saying,
exactly.
You're saying you want that experience, but it's going to quickly drop off.
Yeah.
So now how do you respond?
Okay. My response is, I don't know what to say. Because, first of all, Girlfriend 19, I've only submitted to 9, okay? And those were 9 top springtime festivals. I went for broke. So, and I was told by certain folks that I may just be able to squeak the movie into those festivals. I mean, you know, Sundance, South by Southwest. But I didn't get into any of them. Actually, I'm waiting to hear back from one. That's not true. From one. I'm going to answer that indirectly. I spent a lot of time researching festivals for Girlfriend 19. I walked away having lost a lot of hair, probably. It was one of the most frustrating experiences in my filmmaking career. As a consumer, for products, it's become so simple now. Amazon reviews, CNET reviews, and all these dudes, right? Festivals, as far as I know, it just doesn't exist. There is very little accountability. There's very little communication about festivals in a structured, centralized manner. So what ends up happening is a lot of people, a lot of filmmakers who most of them have like zero money, end up sending their film to festivals scattershot, blindly, ignorantly, and that is not only a tremendous waste of money, but that is a major waste of emotions and hope and faith, which is even more valuable than money, you know? So I wish, I don't have the time to do this, but I wish someone, someplace, you know, yeah, there's books, Chris Score and all that, but it's not really, you know, holding festivals to a standard, you know, like Amazon reviewers do, or CNET, or these other folks do for goods and products. I wish there was something to direct us indie filmmakers in submitting our films. The only thing I could think of is here in LA, there's a man named Thomas Ethan Harris. He does a film festival seminar. He does it about twice a year at the Egyptian Theater. And that's like the only thing I could think of. But you know, it's not on video, it's not online. In fact, I know him personally. I'm gonna tell him, maybe we should record the next one, throw it online. And you know, maybe he could pay a certain fee to watch it. But that's what I'm saying. It's very frustrating. I felt so frustrated, and to make matters even worse with this whole lack of accountability, lack of standards or whatever's, to make it even worse, festivals, and rightly so, they're subjective. You know, like it's just a group of people with their own biases, with their own tastes, saying, yeah, okay, nah, yeah, nah. So even if you do your research, even if you do your due diligence, you end up with a subjective, you know, panel of group of people. So it's very, very frustrating. I wish there was more help out there for us indie filmmakers.
But that being said, you're still going to go that route. Have you given yourself a cap and you say, I'm only going to these few festivals, this is how much I'm spending, and after that I'm walking away? Or?
Yeah, so this is what I did. I went for the top, I went for broke. One of my biggest regrets in life, believe it or not, is I did not apply to more prestigious colleges because I closed the door on myself. I looked at my GPA and my own insecurity, and I said, I'm not going to get into Berkeley. You know, I'm not going to get into Stanford. So I didn't even apply. With Girlfriend 19, I didn't make that mistake. I went for broke. And I'm happy. Even though the doors were closed, I'm still happy. I gave myself a chance. Number one. Now we're talking arguably the top 10 festivals in the country. So I did that. Number two, what I did was I had a couple friends who have a lot of festival experience. They had films in pretty prominent festivals watch my film and say, based on their experience, which festivals do they think I have a shot at. So that's a pretty well-informed thing to do, you know. Again, diminishing the randomness element, you know. And then, again, another plug for Thomas Ethan Harris, who does the film festival seminars. He's up for hire. You could hire him to watch your film, do a film festival consultation, and he'll give you a list of festivals. This, by the way, he's the co-founder of the LA Film Festival. And he's seen like 14,000 first-time feature films or something crazy like that. So I hired him, and it's a very reasonable rate, and he gave me a list. So now I'm chipping away at that list. And it's about like 10 festivals. That's it. I'm not gonna do any more than 20 total or 19 total. That's it.